All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. I see iPhone Meenal. Welcome to you as well. Hi, Shiraz. Long time.
Hi, Meenal.
Hi.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's that? Okay, that's Shiraz. Yes. Hi, Shiraz. Okay, wonderful. Hi, Shilpi. Let's move to this view. Okay, welcome everybody and welcome to this Saturday session. Thank you for being here. The topic that we have chosen for today is a topic that we think is so beautiful to have compassion. And so understanding compassion from the perspective of from the perspective of from the perspective of energy. Let me try speaking English first, then I will get into the topic of today. All right, everybody. So here we are talking about compassion and pity. How many of you feel compassion and pity for me? If you say none of you, I'm going to be so disappointed, right? So do you feel pity and compassion for me? I would think not. But what do you feel for me? I would say love and yes. And that's what we are going to talk about, the difference between love and the difference between pity, compassion on one side and love on the other. When we speak of the word compassion, we also have a saying in English which talks about, to know what the other person feels or to know what he's going through, you must walk in their shoes. Walk in their shoes for a mile and then you will know what they're going through. What is it that we do when we walk in somebody else's shoes for even a second? Why would we walk in somebody's shoes who's already feeling sad to know what their sadness feels like? Well, there you go. As soon as you tune into their frequency, now there are two people who are sad. If you wanted to cheer somebody up and they are feeling sad, and you wanted to cheer somebody up, would you be able to do so better if you were feeling sad too? Well, if you're going to feel sad and they're going to feel sad, then sadness gets multiplied. Now there are two of you exchanging the frequency of sadness between each other. If you were to feel happy and the other was feeling sad, and then you kept cracking jokes, right? Now, here it is. You kept cracking jokes to make the other person feel better without taking a look within to see what is it that you are feeling. You're feeling sorry for them and you want them to feel better. You're feeling pity for them that they are feeling so sad, so down under. And from that space, without having looked within, you want to crack jokes. I can give you a guarantee that you crack jokes and that person is going to get so angry with you and they're going to walk away. Why is that? Because you haven't processed your own emotion. As far as I go, when people call me, really sad people call me all the time. That's my job. It's my job to talk to very, very sad people. But as I'm talking to the sad people, I keep looking within. Am I feeling sorry? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling pity? Am I even feeling compassion? If I'm feeling any of those, if I'm feeling helpless, if I'm feeling, despair, desperation, anything, as I look at that person outside, as I look and hear their story outside, if I'm feeling any of those, now there'll be two of us that are feeling those kind of emotions, they and me. And so what is it that I have to do to make them feel happy? Firstly, I have to look into my sadness. I have to look into my desperation. If there is any of that, I have to work on my own state of being. All the time, I only say this one line, right? The work is within. If any story outside is triggering you, then the work is within. If a story outside is not triggering you, if you are able to look at the story and to understand that this is simply a story, this is simply a story, and I have to just simply look at it to be able to see all the actors but it's not making a difference to me. Yes, being indifferent is what I'm talking about. Indifferent, you think, is such a harsh word, right? But that's how misplaced we are when we think of how we can help each other. There's the body perspective. Okay, let's see what we can do to quieten everybody else down. Muting everybody. Yes. Oops. Okay, now I lost the Zoom. Where am I? I know I'm still there. I just can't see anything, anybody. I can't see anyone anymore.
Probably you have pressed this share screen.
Yes. I figured out well, I needed my glasses to figure out what all I had done. So here we go. Yes. So we were talking about, see, did you feel compassionate and sorry and pity for me right now, as I didn't know what was happening? Yeah, I laugh at these words such as compassion, but right now we were talking about indifference. When we think of people being indifferent, we think that they are heartless, they're emotionless. And here is the state. Yes, when you think somebody is indifferent, and that's your judgment, of course, about what they are feeling, but it's also their judgment for themselves. Each of us are running stories in the unawares. Each of us have so many different judgments that we make for ourselves. So, right now, as we talk about the aware space, what you feel about the other person becomes so unimportant, because there exists nobody else. There only exists you and your emotions. And as you relate to your own emotions, there are people outside. Those outside mirrors are simply your reflections. You begin to recognize this more and more. And so the finger constantly gets pointed within. As we speak about compassion for somebody else, where is the compassion needed if there is only your reflection outside? Where is the pity needed for somebody else outside? The pity that you feel for another is simply the pity that you feel for yourself. And why? Why the hell are we pitying ourselves? Only when we haven't recognized the Shiva that we are, the creator that we are, the destroyer that we are, can we be sitting in the state of pity. I am this body. If I'm only this body and everything related to this body triggers me, in that space, I am so far removed from my true self. Okay, everybody, please stay muted. Some Shubhra, let me mute you as well. Okay, muted yourself. All right. Okay. So far removed from ourselves. Okay. So yeah, blankness is such a fun thing. I forget that I was in the next moment itself. All right. So as we sit so far away from ourselves, we think we are only this body. Everything that is happening to this body is triggering us. And then what happens? We keep looking, we keep looking for answers outside. And then we come to this aware space where all the answers are within. Every emotion that you are feeling, you begin to recognize, oh, this is the space from where creation is happening. I'm feeling joyous, more joy is happening. I'm feeling pity, more people will show up at your doorstep that will invoke that pity in you. That pity doesn't belong outside. That pity belongs to you. It is self-pity. Every form of emotion that you experience is for the self, by the self, from the self. You experience anger, you think that the anger is on the outside, but the anger is not outside. The anger is anger with yourself. You judge people outside, there is nobody outside. These are all judgments for the self. So as you feel desperation or helplessness, as you look at situations outside, there are stories playing outside, people are suffering. To those people that are suffering, in your parlance, if they are suffering and you think that they need your help, this feeling of wanting to help others, this feeling of helplessness that you feel when you think you can't help everybody, all of these emotions are in your energy field, and you are simply tuning into them as you look at stories outside. So when you become aware, from every story outside, the finger gets pointed within. With that one question, as I look at the story outside, what am I feeling? Sometimes the story is just outside of your home. Sometimes the story is a few thousand miles away. And yet, the emotions that are being triggered from listening to a story outside, right now there's a little war that is going on, and you listen to that story. Now you are immediately dragged into the story, or rather you jump into that story and you are thinking of, oh my god, that is so bad, whatever is happening is so bad outside, so many people are suffering. Take a very deep look at all the emotions that you are experiencing, because that story might be playing out thousands of miles away from you, but these emotions that you are experiencing, feeling sorry for someone, feeling pity for someone, feeling that someone is lost, feeling that someone needs your help, all of these emotions that are triggered inside of you, they belong to your energy field. As they belong to your energy field, only more of those experiences will be created the more you grow these experiences. Is it wrong to grow these experiences? Absolutely not. Wrong and right are our judgments from the body. It is the body that doesn't want to experience sadness. Does the energy really care? It's a frequency. The frequency doesn't care whether the emotion is of sadness, it's just a frequency. The frequency will keep creating experiences with zero judgment for what your body is going through. On the other hand, you and the body are simply going helter-skelter. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? It is happening because you hold a certain frequency. When this equation becomes clear, this is a frequency, this is your energy field. From the energy field, your experiences are getting created. Then what is it? The answer also comes to us saying, let's change our energy field. As we begin to change our energy field, the nature of our experiences also begins to change. I was talking about this even in the morning session. I used to be that person who used to live on wanting to help others, wanting to help others. Oh my God, such a strong feeling of guilt in me that I've got so much and there are so many needy people who don't have. They don't have, they don't have. What happened? I was surrounded by those needy people. Every needy person on the planet started to gravitate towards me. Why? Because I am sitting in that frequency of wanting to experience more desperation, more sadness. So more sad people have to come to me. More sad people come to me. I sit in that sadness. What is it that I do? Somebody comes to me, and again, the doership was so strong that I would immediately start to plan things for them. Somebody comes, gives me their sad story. I would immediately be drawn into that story and start to create solutions for them. Where am I creating those solutions from? I'm creating solutions from sadness, because I listened to their story. I'm not feeling joyous. I am now feeling as sad as they are feeling. On top of that, I'm also feeling guilty for being joyous. I used to be, in this state of masti, but then I was unaware. So I'm in this state of masti, in this state of joyousness. But from this joyousness, when I see somebody outside that is sad, and I think I'm in the body, I'm only in the body, I don't understand energies at all. What would I do? I would create solutions from the mind. The mind is sitting in sadness. The mind wants to solve their problems. The mind wants to see them happy. And here we go. I would create all kinds of solutions for them. If that solution needs money, yes, you don't worry. I have money. I will give you money as well. And so I would create all of these solutions, also give them money to solve whatever they are going through. They would take my money and they would not be following my solutions at all. And I couldn't understand why they are going through all of this. I've created a solution. Why are they not following to the T? Here it is. When I sit in the frequency of sadness, no matter what the solution looks like, what is it going to bring to them more and more? Only what they are already experiencing and what I have tuned into. I've tuned into sadness. Now, along with that money, there goes my frequency of sadness to them. Do they really want that more of sadness that they already can't deal with? No, they don't want any more of the same. And so as they, run away, they take the money. And again, the fun part is this, so beautifully, this is a step in the life of awareness to recognize that money doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve anything at all. So when I was, sitting in all of that, wanting to solve other people's problems, that doership, that no, I need to improve their life and I need to improve their life. Today, I understand that too as being control. I want to control other people's life direction. I think I want to change it for better, but they are already on their path. They already have their own energy field. Their own energy field is already taking them to experiences, whatever it is that they have come to experience. Can I change something about them? No. Can I change something about me? Yes. And that is why the work is within. The work is only to shift yourself to come from a place of peace. Today, when somebody comes crying to me, what do? Do I sit in sadness? No. As a matter of fact, I still keep cracking those jokes. Remember those jokes I just told you that you shouldn't crack? Yeah, I keep cracking those jokes. But here is the difference. I have looked within. I come from a place of peace. I come from a place of joy. And in that joy, as I'm cracking those jokes, I will laugh with them. I will laugh for them. I will laugh on their behalf. And soon they will be laughing too. What has happened over here? They will be feeling that lightness. They will be feeling that joy. Why? Because I didn't tune into their sadness. Instead, they tuned into my joy. So am I really helping them by cracking those jokes? Yes, but only when I can tune into my own energies of joy. Stay there, be the transmitter of those energies of joy. Then any solution that comes through me, as a matter of fact, even if no solution comes through me, actually that's the fun part. The solutions always come when you are sitting in that frequency of peace and joy. Any solution that comes from there will only fetch more peace and joy. So whatever comes through the mouth, if the frequency is that of joy, it will only bring joy. There is no right and wrong. It's simply a matter of a different frequency. And so it's my only job. My only job is not even to suggest solutions. As a matter of fact, earlier when people called me, I had an open, I had an open bank policy, which was if you called me and asked me for money, my signing amount right at the right at the top of the hat would be 10,000 bucks. No matter what it is, I'll give you 10,000 rupees. I will. I think it was my way of releasing my guilt. And that was that. It released my guilt. Did it do anything for you? Who knows? You're in your own frequency. You would feel very thankful towards me. But through that, I was releasing my guilt through that action. Now I do the same without giving anything to anyone. You come to me and you ask for something. I look within. Am I feeling that I should help you? Then immediately I release my doership. The first thing I do, oh my God, so sad. Your story is so sad. I must help you with 5 lakh rupees. Then the first thing that I do is release this must help you feeling that I have. It's a feeling of my doership. You have nothing to do with it. You've come over here to show me your sadness and to see whether I will tune into your sadness or not. And now, because I'm aware, even if I move the needle to the sadness for a few minutes, I'm able to move it right back to my own joy, to my own peace. And so I sit. And I say, okay, I have to do nothing. You've come to ask me for something, you want my help, whether it's of money, whether it's of seeking an answer, whatever it is. If I'm going to sit feeling sorry for you, if I'm going to feel compassion for you, if I'm going to walk in your shoes for even 2 steps, now I've tuned into your sadness. So as soon as I tune into your sadness, my job is no longer to walk in your shoes, but rather to shift back to my shoes. The other reason, which I have now understood very beautifully, is that the minute I look at you and feel compassion for you, I'm already operating from separation. There is you and there is me. Me, the creator, the Shiva, the everything that I understand myself to be because I'm aware. You are sitting in that unaware place. You don't even know what the answers are. Guess who the work has come for? This is my judgment for you. So of course the work is only on me. I'm judging you to be unaware, and in that moment I've forgotten that, aware or unaware, Shiva, you are. Shiva, the creator, the energy that you are, that is you and that is me. But I've forgotten that we both come from that same space. If I'm looking at you and wanting to behave in a compassionate manner, this compassion is separation. There is you that needs my help, and there is me that is willing to help. I want to make your life better. No, sir. You are Shiva and I am Shiva. Har Har Mahadev. Everyone, each one, a Shiva. Are you lost? No. You are on your path. If I think you are lost, unaware. If I know that you are on your own path, aware. So every moment, if I'm being in the unaware state, I will be operating from a separation. Every moment that I'm operating from aware state, I will be operating in oneness. Because when I'm in oneness, I have zero need to change you. I have zero wish to change you. Everything is already playing in perfection. Where is the perfection? In the frequencies. I'm in my frequency, experiencing the perfection of my frequency. You are in your frequency, experiencing the perfection of your frequency. Now that I understand the perfection, do I need to shift to the perfection of your frequency? No, I can stay at my perfect frequency. What will happen automatically as I stay in my frequency? I tuned into yours, I moved the needle back to mine. What happens through this? So beautifully, you tune into mine. I'll tell you, I'll give you a few tools, but I will give you those tools not from the place of, oh my God, I need to change this person. The minute I do that, now I'm attached to your outcomes. You have to change. I have to be the one to change you. Again, immediately the work shifts, it comes to me. When I am speaking from the guidance frequency, I am unattached to the outcomes that you get. I'm unattached to your story. And from that space, whatever comes forth for you, the answers that come for you, you will resonate more. Because now I have zero attachment to the outcome. And so, what is it that is actually flowing between the two of us? I have no conditions, whether you wish to change or you don't wish to change. I am still, sitting in that peace and equanimous state for myself. What is the transaction that's happening between you and me in this moment when I have no attachment to outcomes? That space is called unconditional love. Unconditional love, and that too, there is nobody out there. So the unconditional love only has to flow from me to me. There is nobody else. So as I love myself more and more, do I need to bring you anything? Do I need to give you anything? Do I need to express myself that, oh my God, I love you too? You don't worry, I'm not just loving myself, I'm loving you too. No, I don't have to do anything outside, because there is no outside, there is only a story outside. Okay, let's mute everybody again. Yes. I recognize that the outside is a story only in the moment that I am aware. Otherwise, I'll be getting triggered in each and every story. Every story will belong to me. Okay, everybody, muting you again, and this time it's Kobad. Okay, good job. He muted himself as quickly as he came in. Thank you. The outside story is not my job. I have only one job and one job alone to do, which is to keep my frequency grounded in joy. And what happens through that? All of you that come through with so many different stories, and then I tell you, simply tune into my frequency. My frequency is of joy, and you will quickly feel the difference. My job is to keep growing my joy. And I do that through awareness every single day. I understand I've been lucky in this particular life. I already had the frequency of abundance. But through awareness, just as I tell you, in your awareness, shift to my frequency. Through awareness, I keep growing this joy every single day. I grow this joy for myself. And so, therefore, when you are tuning into my frequencies of joy, you will receive the same. When your frequencies, when you're tuning into my frequencies of unconditional love, you will receive the same for yourself. It will grow. It has to grow. It has no choice. The mechanics of this is so simple. It's a channel, it's a frequency. Anybody can tune into it. You don't have to know me in the person. The energy is everywhere. You are simply tuning from energy to energy. Your body experiences that shift. The body is the experiencer. And then through conscious awareness, the body itself can become the part of energy too. When you're only sitting and operating from mind space, you will see the duality, you will see the separation, even between you and me. You will see the separation. Whatever those energy frequencies are, there will be me and there will be you. But the minute you begin to tune into the energies of the heart, you drop the mind, you come to the energies of the heart, you will operate from a space of oneness. Then no feeling of compassion for anyone, because as soon as you are done with compassion, compassion belongs here. There is me and there is you. I'm the rich one and you are the poor one. But the minute this frequency shifts to the heart, there is only love, recognizing that you are simply wearing a costume just as I am in this life, this costume, in that life, that costume. And the costume is not where the real part is. The real source of it is the source itself. You are the source itself, no matter what form that you have taken in this particular life, but you are the source. Unaware or aware, it doesn't even matter. You are the source. I am the source. And then the only transaction that can happen, I call it transaction, but it's unconditional. It's unconditional love that can flow from me to you. Till the time I want to change your life, I will constantly be seeing you as somebody who is beneath, somebody who is below me. I am not able to see. I'm getting stuck in the story. I'm getting stuck in this illusion that you are not Shiva, only I am. How to break through the illusion? So simple, right? I only have to focus on my emotions. If I'm feeling helpless looking at you, there is no you. I am simply feeling helpless. That is the frequency that I'm operating at, the helpless frequency. Let's convert that to the helpful frequency. For that, only the recognition there is me, I am awesome, I am Shiva. The more you operate from this space of power, that you are the creator, not for that person. That person has their own energy field. Only thing that you can do is to operate from the space of unconditional love. The minute you operate from helplessness, you might think that by giving them money, you are giving them something, you are giving them hope, you are giving them, food for tomorrow. Nothing. The one thing that you are really giving to them, as you look at them, tune into their helplessness, you want to help them, and you can do so little. you are now tuning into frequencies of lack. More and more, you are simply giving them these frequencies of yours. So please turn all the fingers within. Look at what you are experiencing as you look outside and look at the stories. What is it that you are experiencing? When you sit in the aware space, nothing outside will pull you in. You might get pulled in for a few seconds, but you will be able to move the finger right back. So many people look at me and say, no, but you give so much. They hear stories of how I've given away all my bank accounts, how I've given away all my jewelry. They hear the story of how I've even given away our life savings, that house that we created. And that also has gone away. I've just given it away. And they say, no, but you give away so much. And here's the difference. Earlier, when I used to give, there was this, I have and you don't. And I have to give to you so that I can change your life. I have a wish underneath it to change your life. As I give to you in those frequencies of despair and wanting to control your life, yes, even wanting to change your life for the better is control. That's doership at my end. What are you receiving from me? Yes, you are receiving something, you're receiving some money, but you are receiving all of these energies of sadness, of helplessness, of despair, and on top of that, of me wanting to control your life. What will you do? Of course, you'll run away. And that's why I experienced that people would come to me. They would never listen to the solutions that I have to give. I, of course, didn't realize that I was giving those conditions, those conditional solutions. My love was conditional. In that moment, my love was from wanting to make your life better. That is the underlying condition that I had put on my love. Look at parents when they give love to their children. Yes, I'm going to give you love, but you have to do what I say. And then the reversal happens. The children get older, and now they want to control what you want to do. I always wanted to control what my mother wanted to eat. My control. No, you have to do what I say. You have to eat what I tell you, because what you are eating is not good for you. What I'm telling you to eat is good for you. What is it that I'm doing? I'm wanting to wield control on my mother's life. Will she listen to me? Absolutely not. She has her own energy field that is already directing her towards whatever she has to do, however she has to lead her life. But first, she exercised control, and now I exercise control, and together we give each other such conditional love. And then when I become aware, I stop controlling. I have zero need to control her. No, whatever she eats is her story. Whatever she is going through is her story. When initially, when I was still unaware, I would look at what she was eating and what would it do for me? What am I feeling as I see her eat more of that unhealthy stuff? Oh, well, I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling anxiety. I'm feeling angry from all of these fears and anxiety. I'm then creating anger, and I'm getting angry with her. Is the anger really with her? No, I'm growing the anger within me. I'm growing the fear within me. I'm growing the anxiety within me. Now, none of those. In the aware self, I don't even wish to control what I eat, what somebody else eats. And there is unconditional love that flows from me to me, from me to them. No wish to change anybody else's life. So going back to that, but people say, no, you still give so much. How do you give so much? Why do you make so much? This is all charity. I said, no. Earlier, when I gave charity, I wanted to create a change. Now I know that the only person that needs to change is me. So I don't need to create change outside anymore. Whatever will flow from this frequency. So when I give, I already am sitting in the frequency of Masti. I already understand that outside that person is also Shiva and I'm Shiva. If we both are the same Shiva, then when one hand of mine gives this pen to the other hand, does it look at that pen and say, wow, this one hand of yours gave your other hand a pen? Wow, isn't that awesome? No. In a day, I flick the pen from one finger to the other. 100 times in a day without any thought. And that's how I do the giving, because there is a Shiva and there is a giver. There's a Shiva and there's a giver. Well, okay then. So there's a Shiva and there's a Shiva and there's a giver and there's a giver. And both of them are exactly the same. They're just two hands of the same source. When I give from that place, I have no wish to change their life. I simply give from Masti. If it's going to give me Masti, that's the only place I will give from. If I'm feeling guilt, I do not give. And at times when somebody comes to me and asks for something, I actually flip a coin. I flip the coin and say, okay, am I in equanimity? What if I give and what if I don't give? Am I in equanimity? No, if I don't give, that person is in the need. What will happen to them? Okay, then I'm already sitting looking at them from separation frequencies. I will look at myself, look at my energies, but not give. I don't flip the coin first. I actually first bring myself to equanimity. And from there, where it doesn't matter to me whether I give or I don't give, because it's not that story that is important. Why has this story come to me in the first place? That part is important. That story is being shown to me. By looking at that story, I am feeling triggered. I am getting triggered. As I am getting triggered, the work is on me. The work is not on the outside. The work is on me. And so my job is not to give or not to give. People jump into actions. So are you telling us we shouldn't give? Are you telling us we should give? Actions can be any. Have you first looked at your emotions and processed your emotions? If you are coming from compassion, conditional, you're still wanting to change the other person's life. Yes, I'm destroying that beautiful word called compassion. All of this life of yours, you've been told to be compassionate to the others, but then all of your life, you were here to experience the separation. That's what brought you to earth. So you've experienced that separation enough. And only now are you looking at the energy perspective of everything. And so only now your experiences of separation are over. And so only now the word compassion, the word pity can be thrown away. Throw it away. The only love that remains, the only word that remains beyond that is love. And with love, no love to be given to the other. There is nobody that you need to love. There is only you and your reflections. The more and more that you love each other. What is with me today? The more and more you love yourself, automatically you will love each other, because the outside is simply your reflection. Okay, Maniji, can we form straight sentences in English? Says yes. So from now, forming straight sentences in English. Let's see how this goes. So as you look outside, you don't really have to give love to anybody. You just simply have to look and see where all have you judged yourself. If you are judging yourself, you will be able to see the separation between you and somebody else outside as well. You will be able to judge whatever that judgment be. They don't have enough, they are not enough, those judgments. But the minute you tune into your own energies, you turn all the fingers inwards, you will be able to see the Shiva in them and the Shiva in yourself as well. Releasing all judgments only to come to this final judgment. You are the source. You are awesome. That judgment works for you. And that's why I tell you to keep that judgment. When you are sitting in that awesomeness, you are able to see yourself as the Shiva that you are, the creator, the destroyer, the transformer that you are. And that's our journey, not to sit from the body space, but to be able to see, even while we are in the body, to be able to see and operate from the energy space. That oneness can only come from these heart frequencies when your fingers are all within. So now that I tell you, well, why should you believe me? Experience it for yourself. Experience it for yourself that when you give from a space of joy, it doesn't even count as giving. It doesn't even matter what you give. You could give 5 rupees, you could give 100. but it's not what you are giving in terms of monetary value. It's what you are giving in terms of energy that creates the difference in them. When I laugh and I crack jokes at you and you are feeling so sad, forget laughter. When I'm getting angry with you and screaming at you, you will still feel love for me. Why is it that you are able to feel love for me? Okay, maybe not in exactly that moment of separation, in that moment that I'm screaming and shouting at you, but you will feel the love for me 2 minutes post that. Why? Because I'm already moving my needle. I'm moving my needle from anger to love. I'm moving my needle from separation to oneness. And you will experience that oneness because you don't exist in my energy space. I exist in my energy space, and you are my reflection. When I'm feeling love for myself, you will feel love for me. That's how beautiful the equation is. The only person you need to give love to, the only person that you need to release judgments for, is for yourself. And all the work gets done from there. Somebody comes to ask you for something, take a look. What are you feeling? That person has not come to ask you for something. That person has come to show you and to make you see, are you still sitting in stories? Or have you started to sign out from the stories? Once you're signed out from the story, whether you wish to give, you don't wish to give, it's all going to be the same. No difference, no difference. Because whether you give outside or you don't give outside, you are sitting in unconditional love for the self. And therefore, that is what is flowing from you to them as well. Such a simple story it is. And yet, because we have two of these eyes focused outwards, constantly we play in separation. Should we not be playing in separation? We came to earth to play in separation. Separation is not a bad thing. Through all of that separation, we came to experience everything that we didn't understand in the energy space. We came to experience anger. How can I experience anger? Somebody has to come and show it to me. How can I experience every emotion? How can I experience helplessness? Somebody has to show me that helplessness, and I will be able to tune into it more and more. That outside person, why have I attracted that outside person into my life? Only because I wish to experience something. That vibration and my vibration are matching. All my life, again, when I was constantly wanting to help somebody outside, all the helpless people kept gravitating towards me. That is the frequency I was vibrating at. Today, when a helpless person comes, yes, their energy has already decided to finish off that story. And so they gravitate towards me. I sit in this energy of joy. I don't sit in helplessness anymore. You might even think that, no, no, I'm feeling helpless. And so she is showing me the solution. Let me tell you, it is your energy that is now tuning into. That energy of yours is now looking for different experiences, because the experiences of the mind, experiences of the frequency of the mind are finished. Only then will you come to me. Will you go back and play in the mind space again? Absolutely. At any point in time, it is now a choice. It's now a choice. You know that you can be aware. You know that you can be unaware. Where do you wish to sit is now no longer a matter of, oh, I don't know what to do. No, that was your unaware days. If you've heard one lecture from me, you know that you have a choice. So if you've heard a dozen of them, now you can never sit and say, I don't know what to do. You always know what to do, and that what to do is to look with it. That's always the constant answer. Separation from somebody, need to help somebody, all of that points towards you. There's separation between you and your true self. Bring yourself to the recognition of who you are. You are the creator, the manifester. In that space, as you understand your own power doesn't belong to what is manifesting outside. Your own power belongs to the place that when something is manifesting outside, what are you feeling inside? If you are able to be at peace and joy and calm and love, unconditional love for the self, no getting triggers from outside, then you are in that aware space, you are in that enlightened space. Outside, you are able to walk through the illusion. The work that you had to do on earth to experience polarity is coming to an end. So more and more, you will be sitting in this aware space, walking through the illusion, being indifferent with joy. There's a difference between indifference with sadness, indifference with aloofness. This is indifference in oneness. So experience this. Somebody came to me the other day, and they were going through a lot of problems. And as I was giving them the answers at every sentence, almost as if it was punctuation, the words that kept coming out of my mouth were, I don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you are feeling. I don't care. I don't care for you at all. And irrespective of those words, the answers that were coming out through the mouth were all about, this is the way, this is the path, this is how easy it is, and you can do this. And so she says, but isn't it normal that you should care? I said, yeah. Normal is for the unawares. My normal is different my normal today is different from the normal that was 5 years ago. I'm not that person anymore. A normal for you, is it normal to cry when somebody is dying or dead? Of course it's normal, but then that's only normal till the time you haven't processed your sadness. The minute you look at sadness and you're able to release your sadness frequency, now death will hold a new meaning for you. Death doesn't exist, because death is simply, what is death to a soul that is eternal? The energy that's eternal, the energy field that never ends. What is death? It doesn't mean anything at all. So what will death do to you? Nothing. Create a smile on your face. Oh, they died. Wonderful. That's all that it is. You might move a little bit into the sadness, and then you'll be able to look at the sadness, enjoy that sadness. I say the word enjoy because you honor that person with your sadness, but for a few minutes, and then you shift back to your peace, to your joy. That's where the true power is. You are the holder of your frequencies, and you are aware of your frequencies. That's where your power is. Through that power, you give love not to the outside, only to the self, because you understand outside nothing exists. I've hammered on that point today. Nothing exists outside. Nothing exists outside. Those pity and compassionate stories that you go, the chicken soup for the soul, all about compassion outside. Well, now is the time that you can stop reading those stories, or they make me feel beautiful. I have to say that. If any of you have read those chicken soup for the soul, oh my God, I just melted each time I read those stories. And I can understand that that is a part of the journey. It's part of the journey to be able to look at another and feel, and feel their pain, to be in their pain, to help them, and to be looking outwards and receiving joy from helping them. Now that you understand that joy is simply a frequency, you don't have to go the long route. You can simply feel the joy, tune into the joy, and do nothing. Do nothing. From that space, when you do nothing, will something happen? Yes. It will be much bigger than everything that you've done before. That space of doing nothing, that space of simply being the observer. From that space around you, there will be way more joy than you ever could have brought to yourself by doing this, by doing that, by running here, by running there. And so in the aware space, simply be here, be in the now, do nothing, simply be an observer. Even in that, you'll be told, okay, now move your hand, do this, do that, do only that much. Make sure that each time that you do, you're not attaching yourself to outcomes. Trying to control outcomes on the outside, so doesn't happen. trying to be something outside, trying to do something outside. So doesn't happen. All that happens is that when the outside doesn't shift, it simply creates more despair, more desperation, more frustration. For whom? For you. Which frequency do you play in? When you want to change the world, you can't do anything about it. Well, I don't know about the world. I know that you will sit more and more in the frequencies of anger, resentment, frustration. And so, what is it that you have to do? Simply release those frequencies. Outside, there is no such thing to change. Just change yourself, and the world outside automatically changes. It changes. You are now increasing not the frequencies of desperation, but you're now increasing the frequencies of unconditional love. By giving away your doership, you're actually increasing the frequencies of surrender. You're increasing the frequencies of joy, increasing the frequencies of faith. And so these are the frequencies that belong to the heart. And as you increase these frequencies for yourself, outside there is nothing but you. And so you increase the frequencies for the entire universe. Okay, everybody, any questions for me, or everybody has understood everything? My smile is infectious. Yes, it comes from this space. Even my dart comes from this space. That also is infectious. Okay. Such a beautiful session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Okay. All right, everybody. Here we go. The word that I used in the morning session, and that's the same word that's coming to me. And it's not a word in English, it's a word in Hindi. There is really no exact translation for the word masti. But masti is a place of supreme bliss. The place where you're sitting in equanimity, looking within, and there's only joy and supreme bliss within. And so the word that I use constantly is masti, the supreme bliss that we can sit in when all the fingers are pointed within, when we're able to walk through every illusion, when we can say to ourselves, yes, it's a beautiful moment every moment. So in this space, masti, masti, masti. In this now, in this moment, masti, masti, masti. Let this word be with you in this moment. Masti, masti, masti. Masti, only masti. Every other emotion transforming, every other emotion empty. Your energy field, that energy pot of yours right now, completely empty, and only one little tiny piece making some noise in there. And that piece is masti. Just sitting and looking at your empty energy field. Just one little piece of masti still floating in there, making some noise, creating so much joy. Masti, masti, masti. Let this word resonate, vibrate all over, all around you. Even if outside right now there is noise, within there is none. Within it's empty, empty except for masti. Masti, masti, masti. The supreme bliss that's calling out to you. Every other emotion has transformed to this supreme bliss in the now. In the now. Experiencing only this one word. Feel the vibration come to you. If you wish for it more, put out your hands. Some vibration will come to your hands. Experience that. This vibration in the now. This belongs to Meenal. The vibration of masti that you are tuning into. Meenal within, Meenal outside you are. Every part of you right now, vibrating with this beautiful, equanimous joy, bliss. In this moment, experiencing nothing but joy. Every other emotion, for now, blank. Blankness is your state in this now. This beautiful place of bliss, yours in the moment. Be in this space. Nothing impacts you. Not when you are sitting here. Nothing impacts you. There could be commotion outside. That commotion could look like anything. It's just an outside noise. And inside, you can feel the bliss within. Stay in this bliss. Be in this bliss. And as you experience this bliss more and more, your whole body is right now vibrating only at this frequency of oneness with yourself, with the entire universe, but there is no other. You are the universe. And you vibrate at this beautiful, blissful state. All your judgments, all your thoughts about who you are and who you are not, simply melting away, just melting away into nothingness. And in this beautiful space, you can feel your own awesomeness. You are awesome. So awesome you are. You are the source sitting in this beautiful space, being the energy. You are no longer this body. You are no longer this thought. You are no longer any other emotion. You are simply Masti. You are the bliss. You are the frequency of bliss. You don't exist, not in the body. It only is this frequency that is existing and manifesting through you. You are this frequency alone. And so in this space, in this frequency of bliss, feeling your awesomeness, marveling at how beautiful, how awesome you are. Yes, is that you? That's so awesome, so beautiful, so wonderful, so magnanimous, so vast, so magnificent. Yes, that is you. And experiencing that vastness of yourself in this moment, giving yourself so much love just to yourself. And as you give yourself love, simply hug. Hug yourself, hug yourself, hug yourself. Be with yourself. Love yourself. There is nobody else. I love me. I am love. I love me. I am the frequency of love. I am this unconditional love towards myself. This beautiful, joyous song that's playing in your heart right now. Let it grow louder and louder in your ears. I am love. I love myself. I am love. I love myself. I am love. I love myself unconditionally. Feeling this beautiful love for yourself, sitting in this beautiful space of bliss. Be here, be here. Be in this moment, be here. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. Enjoy this moment of love for the self. Enjoy this love because love is all there is when compassion and pity and helpless and all of the other stuff has gone out the window. Enjoy this love for the self. Bye, everybody.